Nicolas Gunter is a certified professional trainer based in Prescott, Arizona. He has 20 years of experience in the fitness industry and is also a behavioral health technician. In addition to his work as a personal trainer, Nicolas is pursuing a master's degree in psychology with an emphasis on addictions.
We go over the argument of fitness being beneficial to your mental health, but on the other side of this spectrum is that there is such a thing as too much exercise and body dysmorphia that can affect your mental state.
So, Nick, we're interviewing you about the connection between physical and mental health, right? So, or specifically fitness and mental health. So, first question is, how long have you been working in this field, and what is this field that you're working in?
So I work in the field of health and wellness. What I've called myself over the years has changed. I started out as a personal trainer, and then a CrossFit coach, and then a strength and conditioning coach, and then I wanted to be a mobility expert and a functional fitness trainer. And then I got involved with UFC, Bellator, MMA, and then I just became a professional coach and found out that what I really wanted to do was make the ultimate human. I wanted you, like your dad, to be the best version of you, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of it. So my journey through that coaching has led me along nutrition to add into that. I've been doing this field for, I was thinking about it when you asked me to do this, and now I feel old because I've been doing this for about almost 18 years now. Total. I've been really focused on nutrition component and how food interacts with the body on a hormonal level for 12 years now. Pretty strong in that, just because you can't get away from that. And then for me, I'm finishing up my master's right now in psychology with an emphasis on mental health. Primarily substance use disorder, but mental health is also in there. And neuroscience, a big factor. And because I've found that between all of those, there's a combination of all three that's necessary. So on the mental health aspect of it, I've been working in that field for coming up on 9 years now.
Let's see what we got. What made you get into the field to begin with?
I thought about that. So I grew up in an interesting household, and it was lovingly dysfunctional, but violent at times. And so I wanted to find out how to control my environment. So I learned how to control myself. And in that control, I found a lot of things. And so that's what sparked my interest initially. After that, it just blossomed into, being a skinny kid growing up in the early 90s, that wasn't talented athletically, certainly nothing wrong with me, but I loved to play piano. I was a musical kid, and still am. Very, very, very much on the ectomorphic or the skinny side of the spectrum. So I wasn't very popular in the general sense. So just always pushing again to how can I hack around that? I'm not a big bulky football player. I don't have a moderate or a good metabolism. So it's harder for me. On an evolutionary scale, if we were in the zombie apocalypse, I have a terrible metabolism because I'm hungry all the time. Right. So in childhood, I didn't realize I wanted to be a trainer. I never thought in a million years I would know what a deadlift is, but I knew I wanted to help people be better. And it's just always been that path of just how can I help my other human being be better.
Nice. And this is the best way you found out how to do that?
Mm-hmm.
And that's through physical health?
It is through fitness. I've done more work as a therapist. I've been a licensed therapist practicing here in Prescott specifically for almost 3 years now. And I get more accomplished in 45 minutes with a barbell than I'll do in a 28-day group IOP setting, government mandated structured program any day of the week. Yeah.
Did you tell me something yesterday when I was in here? You said you wanted to connect, was it mental health with the barbell?
100%. Yeah. So once I get the master's degree done, The idea then at that point is to be a fully licensed and state certified, board certified therapist, and marrying a barbell with mental health specifically. There's a huge need for it. Joey, way back in the day, had the idea to work with certain groups in town that struggle with mental health and substance use disorder specifically, and used his military background and mental fortitude training that he underwent in Spec Ops. And that kind of inspired me at that point. Like, that finally gave me the mission, like, yeah, this is what I want to do. You know, like, he likes that and saw a niche opportunity to where he could help. But I'm like, no, I want the whole idea, right, is to have like a 20,000 square foot facility with 6 little unique little boutique with stalls in them, like 2 or 3 racks, small group sessions, one-on-one. You're in there with a therapist. It's also certified personal trainer. You have a nutritionist on staff, and then a case manager with the community. So you have that community tie, the government aspect of it that you have to have, but at least the resources are there. Because most of my clients, honestly, will come from the government, which is mental health, because they don't know what to do with them, besides recycling and just, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, really marrying the barbell and the mental health. And now what's exciting is there's enough neuroscience and medical peer-reviewed research out there to back the benefits that we've always figured were with mental health or with fitness, but now we know to be inherently, you can't get away from it. It's definitely a fact.
On a slightly maybe brighter topic, what do you think about the body positivity movement?
Oh jeez, so all right, body positivity.
And we've already been talking about this at school, so you can say whatever you want.
So here's the thing about body positivity. What era are we talking about?
So we were actually that too. So we're gonna say just in so first when it first kind of started with the whole, especially with women, with the whole like summer body Barbie type things, all the way up to like now with the fat acceptance movement. Mm-hmm. So like just in general, like bits and pieces. What do you think about it? Wow.
I think that we as humans are just slow to learn. Ego is cunning, baffling, and powerful. And ego with a marketing director and $1 billion budget is just, sky's the limit. You can make anything you want. Yeah. Your new body positivity. And yeah, now everyone's saying, oh, everything is beautiful. Everything. They might be saying that, but they're not always saying that. You know, it's still not like that might be what they're putting out there, but people are now looking at that and be like, okay, I accept that. Yes, that is how people are. Because we did have a negative, little bits and pieces. I'll keep on topic with that. So we went to, in my era, we had like Kate Moss and the Tyra Banks, and it didn't make sense. It was this with big old coconuts on it. Like that was it. And it was not body positive at all. All the girls and guys in my high school that struggled with body dysmorphia, every single one of them was throwing up or not eating at all. It was bad, bad, bad. Skinnier, skinnier, skinnier. No definition. Like that was it. No definition. That's the name of the game. 0 muscle, 0 anything, 0 nothing. Then they figured out that it's not the most effective way to starve yourself, so it just, body dysmorphia rolled over into a different way. Yeah.
How would you connect physical and mental health? Like, as like importance to each other?
Oh man, they're critical.
One for the other and the other vice versa?
Yeah.
Would you say that you can't have one without the other?
You can. You can have mental health.
Like good.
Can
you? Because isn't your stomach like almost a second brain?
It really is. Your stomach is, yeah. I mean, more people have parasites than they even realize, but you can't. No one's ready to have that conversation yet. Well, some are ready, but you really, if we're talking physical fitness, you cannot have physical fitness and mental health, positive mental health. You have to have fitness in some form. But this is where I get hung up, and this is why I said no initially, you can't. Because I don't consider physical fitness and my life as 2 separate entities.
Yeah.
And that's where I try to, that's why we're not, like, we still have the sign on there, but that's why we're not a gym. Like, this is a fitness, we're a wellness community.
Yeah, and there's also, like too much, like people trying too much with physical fitness and like, trying to, but that still goes back to the whole like body dysmorphia thing, right?
Body dysmorphia, there's a lot of
addiction, right? Like switching addiction for.
Sure. There's certain people like David Goggins, I don't care who you are, if he wouldn't have served his country in the fashion that he did, you put that mentality in any other environment and people are going to put him in a straight suit. Like, that's just the name of the game. Like, there is certain mentality, right? So when you talk about I'm sorry, say it one more time. I completely lost what I had it. Say it one more time.
What, my question?
Yep.
Yeah, the connection between physical and mental health, or is one necessary for the other?
Yeah.
They are absolutely necessary because if, like, David Goggins, if he didn't have fitness in the military, because fitness was his military career and his life, right? Fitness for me is running 2 gyms. Like, fitness for me, like that is what it is, programming and then doing the program. So it's a part of my life. It's just, there's no question about it. There's a block of time a day that is specifically for me proving to myself that I can do some stuff. And I need to do it every single day for my mental health. Every day I can wake up and look at my certs and my degrees and everything else and my accomplishments. But when I'm in my head that I'm just like a piece of trash, it's like, gosh, I have to get out and go do something. So if that means I got to go hike something or come in here and throw some barbells around for a little bit, that's what it's going to be. Because then I know, again, that I've proven to myself. Because it's only a daily reprieve, I think, that we get as humans.
Yeah.
And if it lasts longer than that, then there's something else to be looking at. And when it comes to the overtraining, you can't do it too much. There's people that's what we were talking about. You can go way over and spill over and do something in excess. Vegans are a great example of that.
Today, we had a very educated and experienced guest who knew the ins and outs of both mental and physical health. He has 20 years of experience in both of these fields. During this interview, we went over the topics of how physical health affects mental health and how they are connected. We also touched on the topic of the body positivity movement and how it has changed over the years.